நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டனிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
A very good evening to one and all present here. It is an honor to welcome this beautiful audience who have gathered here. I, Architect Esther Shereen, Admin Coordinator, on behalf of SRM School of Architecture and Interior Design, welcome you to the inaugural session of the Induction Program 2020. Our heartfelt gratitude to the Chief Guest, Architect Sapna, Vice President, COA, Guest of Honor, Dr. Hari Mohan Pillai, Archi Studio, Thrissur, Kerala, Dr. Ayyar Vijayalakshmi Kasinath, Dean Research, SPA Vijayawada, and Architect Satyanarayana, Environmental Planner and Public Policy Analyst, Berkeley, California, USA, for gracing this occasion. Many thanks to the management of SRM Institute of Science and Technology, whose constant support has made all things possible for us. I thank the Chancellor, Dr. Parivender, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sandeep Sanchetti, Pro VC, Dr. Muttamir Selvan, Dean CET, Dr. TV Gopal, Director International Relations, Qatar Singh Sir, and all those who are there at the backbone in our endeavors. I thank Dr. P. Satish Kumar Sir, Dean, School of Architecture and Interior Design, elected council member, New Delhi, for being inspiring and instrumental in every step we take. A very special mention to Architect Raja for having guided the aspirants and constantly encouraging the students throughout. I welcome all the first year students and parents of BR, MArch, BDes Interior Design and MDes Interior Design program. I welcome all the PhD scholars who have joined us part-time and full-time, all geared up to work meticulously towards research. Many thanks to a tirelessly working team of faculty who have always been there to support the growth and development of SED and our non-teaching faculty. But not the least, our very own students of architecture and interior design, who are the driving force towards the excellence and commitment. I thank you all once again for joining us this evening. And now we would like to present a visual on School of Architecture and Interior Design. Thank you so much, Sarna Raja sir. I would now like to take this opportunity to share the team of School of Architecture and Interior Design, headed by Dr. P. Satish Kumar sir, Dean, School of Architecture and Interior Design, and a team of Professor, Architect Kamalakannan, Architect Lakshmanan, Architect Geeta, Pradeepa Surya Prakash, Architect Narayana, Arvind sir, Anita Shantipriya ma'am, Architect Vayapuri, Architect Subramaniam, Architect Roshanara as the design chair, and associate professors, Architect Esther, Architect Narayani, Architect Purnachandar, Raja Mutaya, Abby Philip, Tyagu, Architect Kavita, Architect Yamini, Architect Kavita, Architect Satishel as visiting faculty, and assistant professors, Dr. Saeed, Suseda, Manjari, Abhinaya, Architect Ganesh, Architect Karthik, Prashant, Architect Grace, Gajendran, Architect Sukeshni, Architect Niveta Devi, Architect Sarvana Raja sir, Architect Kritika, Pradyumna, Monisha, Praveen, Jeeva Chandana, Aruvi, Anju ma'am, Navabharati, Harish, Balamaheshwaran, Kaushik, Rangarajan, Prashantini, Vallabha, Anup, Maithili, Dinesh, Suraj, and Nirupama. Thank you so much. I would now request our Dean, Dr. P. Satish Kumar sir, to address the gallery.
Very good afternoon, good evening. It's a great privilege for me to be here in front of you. Thanks to the Almighty for making it possible yesterday as well as today. Because in principle, we have started the inauguration yesterday, and today we continue exclusive for School of Architecture and Interior Design. Nothing happens without the blessings of the Almighty, and here we are with that. A special invite to all the beloved students here, along with the parents. This program is for you, and the special occasions you enjoy and you celebrate, and you are a part of this inauguration sitting in your home along with your children. So this is a great opportunity, and anytime life is an opportunity, nothing is difficulty until you feel it. And we are very much excited to have you all, along with all our existing students of BARC, BDAS, MARC, and also with the research scholars. Today, we are having the induction day along with this eminent personalities here. I will again recall their names. Dr. Harimohan Pillai here, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Iyer, and Architect Satyanarayanan as the guest of honor, and all very leading personalities of the country. And as a chief guest, Architect Sapna, the President, Vice President, Council of Architecture in New Delhi. And along with that, we have a lot of other special invitees. Dr. E. Pomal, this is Revati Balakrishnan, and Architect Rajiv Gomes, Architect Harish, Architect Sendil Vel, Architect Vinay Supraja, and many more is yet to come. And along with that, the esteemed faculty members of School of Architecture and Interior Design, the parents, the students, many are going to address here and to make you more comfortable and welcome you for this comfortable and fine evening inaugural session. And it is a great privilege for me to extend thanks to each and every one of you who have organized this program, and happy to inaugurate the first year BARC, BDAS, MARC, MDAS, and PhD. And we have received about 75 applications for PhD, and of which 38 were shortlisted, selected, and they have started the research for this semester. And the early semester, we have received 26 applications, out of which 23 were selected, and they are already completed one semester. And altogether, we have about 67 research scholars. And for BARC, we have an intake of 80, and all the 5 years we have 80 intake, and whereas our institution started in 1992. And we also have BDUS with 60 intake, and MARC with 20 intake, and all these seats are filled. And we have started it yesterday in the presence of the Pro-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Deans, Directors, and all the eminent personalities of the university. And we impart a very good quality education, academics, and research. We have all great minds and intelligent professionals in our institutions and university. We also support for proper positioning of internship, placements in architecture, and related avenues and business. Later, which we orient towards entrepreneurship. SRM is a place of learning, innovations, and exploration. And we were well supported by financial resources, intellectual resources, and other brilliant resources and infrastructure. And life is a chance, an opportunity, it's a great learning experience. And we all have come here for that great learning experience. Let's enjoy and let's celebrate. And it's my privilege to have all these kind of great celebrities here. Architect Sapna, the Vice President, Council of Park New Delhi, in spite of her eminent dynamic leadership performance in the council, she has found time to be with us to induct all these children here and to come up very good in life. She's the Chief Architect of Punjab, Government of Punjab, and she's serving as the very responsible position, number 2 position in the council, and of course number 2 person in the country in the architect fraternity. The same way with Dr. Harimohan Pillai, another eminent personality, our role model, no, very blessed person and very eminent, very ethical, very disciplined, and what more to say, our leader, and we learn a lot of things from him. And very excellent and nice, sweet person, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Iyer, where we traveled to for more than 20-25 years of time, right from our school days or college days. And it's so nice to see her as a Dean Research of School of Planning and Architecture, Vijayawada, the Dean, and she is an eminent and dynamic person. And in her hands, I think it is something very nice. The same thing with Architect Satyanarayana, where we all travel together at different occasions. And very nice to see Architect Satyanarayana from US. And so nice of you, Architect Satyanarayana. And many more, again, our own celebrities, our own faculty members, students, another guests here. Welcome you all for this August presence. And here let's all celebrate. It's a great opportunity for all of us to be here. And let's see and hear from each and every one of the celebrities who is going to deliver their address and bless all these children to come to all these kinds of greater heights and much more greater heights in the near future. And let me pray the Almighty to grant all the peace, happy, comfort, and healthy mind, healthy body, healthy life for everybody. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Anup Menon, year coordinator of 4th year, to introduce our chief guest for the day.
To Narayani, am I audible?
Yes, Anup. Go ahead.
Good evening, all. It's my honor to introduce Architect Sapna, Chief Architect, Department of Architecture, Punjab, and Vice President, Council of Architecture, India. Architect Sapna studied architecture from Chandigarh College of Architecture from 1983 to 88. She apprenticed as architect with Chandigarh-based firm SD Sharma and Associates and later joined PGI Chandigarh as an architect, where she worked upon large-scale healthcare services-oriented projects. She pursued private practice with her husband, who's an architect too, for 2 years after her marriage. During this tenure, they participated in the national level design competition for War Museum at Ludhiana and bagged the first prize. And this project got constructed in the year 91-92 under their supervision. Later, she joined the Department of Tourism, Haryana, as assistant architect, where she worked on theme-based tourist projects and did a lot of interior work. In 96, she joined Department of Architecture, State of Punjab, as architect through PPFC. And in 2002, she got promoted as senior architect. And in 2012, she became the youngest chief architect of Punjab. Under her capable supervision and leadership, this department has designed all type of buildings, and to name a few: District Administrative Complex Mohali, Judicial Academy, Chandigarh, Judicial Court Complex at Mohali, Kapurthala and Taran Taran jails at Amritsar, Muksar and Batinda, and Borlaug Institute for South Asia at Ludhiana, Sport University at Patiala, Bus Stand at Patiala, Skill University at Chamkur Sahib, and the list just goes on. Their department's work has been widely appreciated both on state and national level. To name a few, Ultratech Company awarded Kukamatya Memorial at Malarkotla as the best outstanding concrete structure of 2017. Judicial Academy Chandigarh and Judicial Court Complex Mohali were highly appreciated by then Chief Justice of India. Currently, she is also working as Vice President, Council of Architecture, and under her guidance, Punjab Energy Conservation Building Code was framed and notified in the year 2016. Her hobbies include dancing, reading, and she loves traveling and is very adventurous. She does a lot of social work for families who are suffering from alcoholism and substance abuse. Now I welcome Architect Sapna to give your address to these special batch of students. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Anup Menon. I'm grateful to you for this warm introduction. And good evening to the distinguished guests present. My greetings to the esteemed faculty members, parents, and dear students. I'm thankful to Dr. Satish Kumar P., Dean School of Architecture and Interior Design, for inviting me to this event of Induction Program 2020 SRMN School of Architecture and Interior Design. And I feel truly honored and privileged to be here with you all today. I welcome all the students of BR, Redesign, MR, and PhD scholars. My heartiest congratulations and best wishes for being selected in this college. And let me tell you, SRMS University is one of the largest universities in this country. SRM School of Architecture and Interior Design was established in the year 1992, and it has been consistent in maintaining excellence in the academic standards since its inception. And I'm sure during the virtual tour, you must have witnessed what all this college has done, the achievements and everything. And let me tell you, although I cannot see all of them, but I can see few faces, some students, some parents, and I can very well understand the anxiety you must all be going through, because it's a transitional period once you are out of the school, now into the college, and of course for the masters who have already been in the college and the PhD schooler, the scholars, there must be some anxiety and fear going inside you. But let me tell you, Architecture and Design School is all about looking at life and its nuances differently. It is about society. It is about understanding people and, very importantly, how to build a better world. To all the students, let me tell you, your time here will transform you and give you wings. My advice to all of you is to soar high but stay rooted. Architecture and Design School is an amazing opportunity to test your limits. So, or whatever you think is possible. It will change you how you see the world and ultimately change your life. The purpose of Design School is to create strong, dynamic, smart, and all-rounders, and never limit yourself. Explore new possibilities, be willing to expand your skills, and in every assignment, take your ability to the next level. And, never leave things hanging. Always aspire for completion of your goals. That is what success stories are made of. The old saying goes, quitters never win and winner never quit. So never quit. These are extremely defining years of your life. And I can assure you one thing, that if you have the passion to excel, then the world is yours. As Vice President of Council of Architecture, I want to tell you that Council is you and you are the Council. Please come forward and strengthen us. We at COA actively engage with the students and look forward to your joining our various platforms like COA Social, on Instagram, on FaceTube, on YouTube, Facebook, and we eagerly await your even more meaningful contribution during and end of your course. These 5 years will not just train you for the craft, but also give you an enriched and new way of looking at things. Architecture and design opens doors for you like no other profession to follow your dream. So I will not like much of your time, and I would love to hear from all the special invitees, the guest of honor, and so I can just say, go ahead and dream of a better world, a better society, and better environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for that insightful speech. We're honored to have you here today. Next, I would like to call upon Professor K. Geeta Ramesh, Professor SED SRM IST, to introduce our guest of honor.
Okay. Good evening to one and all present here. I am greatly honored to introduce the guest of honor, my friend and UG classmate, Dr. K. Vijayalakshmi, Professor and Dean Research of School of Planning and Architecture, Vijayawada. She has completed BArch and MArch in 1995 and 1997 from School of Architecture and Planning, Anna University. She has completed PhD in 2008 as a AICTE QIP scholar from School of Architecture and Planning, Anna University. She has also completed a postdoc in 2010 as part of Erasmus Mundus Fellowship for Academic Profile from the Politecnico di Milano, Italy, in the area of smart materials and nanotechnology in buildings. At this juncture, I take pride to say that she started her career at our esteemed institution, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, in 1995 till 1997. She has an enormous list of international publications in refereed journals. She has also contributed few chapters in edited books like OTTB Controls, its formulation and relevance and analysis, Sustainable Architecture Pedagogy, Integration in the Architecture Program. She has also presented in around 40 international and national conferences covering almost all areas of architecture, right from traditional architecture, Vastu Sastra, GIS, energy conscious designs, thermal comfort, green buildings, and also sustainability are some of the areas to be mentioned here. She has received the Best Achievement Award for the year 2003-2004 for overall achievement as an academician by the Hindustan College of Engineering. She was also nominated for Young Women Scientist Award and Tamil Nadu Scientist Award in 2005 by Anna University. She won the Best Women Teacher of the Hindustan Group of Institutions Award on the occasion of Women's Day in 2006. She was also nominated for the Indo-Hungarian Fellowship to work at Center for Climate Change and Sustainable Energy Policy, Central European University, Hungary, for pursuing postdoctoral studies in 2010. She was also nominated for the Endeavour Awards 2011 to work at Institute of Sustainable Systems and Technology, University of South Australia, the field on energy savings technology for building envelope retrofitting. She was also awarded the Birla White Yuva Ratna Award by the Aditya Birla Group of Companies in 2010. She has also completed a research project titled Simulating a Model for Energy Conscious Environment with specific reference to housing, funded by the All India Council for Technical Education. She is also a member in various boards. She has also given technical interviews in radio and television media. She has immensely contributed to architecture fraternity as an examiner, as a researcher for many institutions. In this context, I request her to continue her association with SRM in all her future endeavors. About her credentials, lots more to be mentioned, but because of the time constraint, I force myself to stop here and invite Dr. Vijayalakshmi to share few words with us.
A very good evening to all. I'm extremely grateful to Professor Geeta for having given that fantastic introduction. But for Miss Sapna's, architect Sapna's, what she said, that you have to be grounded, I would be flying by now. Thank you, Geeta. Now today, the heroes, the Kadanayagans are the students. My heartiest congratulations to all the students who have completed a very important chapter in their life, which is schooling, and now they have come here to their college. I congratulate them for having achieved what they want to achieve by coming to this institution. Now, this is another phase in your life. As you would have heard Professor Geeta's introduction about me, I'm an academician and I would primarily talk from that point of view. Now, you had studied physics, chemistry, maths. Now, architecture, this is the time for you to unlearn and explore a completely different kind of field. You all are very special, a very special batch because these are strange times. As you all know, these are very strange times that architecture has to be taught online for some time because of what is happening around. So now the challenge is double. One is for the teacher as well as for the students. When it comes to architecture, architecture mainly comes from your observation of things, which means you have to stop seeing things and you have to start observing things as students. I double congratulate you for having chosen architecture because definitely having chosen architecture at the end of 5 years, it's going to change your personality for good. Now, if you talk to your engineering students after some time, your classmates would have taken engineering. If you talk to them about their courses, they would say, okay, today I had a lab, today is lab class. I'm pretty free. There is nothing much for me to do. And they would wear the brown uniform and they would go. But your lab is actually the architectural studio. The difference between engineering and architecture would be, engineering students would be given a particular lab and they're supposed to get the results. The results have to be same. Whatever experiment is given, all the students, 120, a batch of 120 should get the same results. But in architecture, when a studio project is given to you, the results have to be different. A studio project comprises of designing, and all of you have to design for the same problem, but the output has to be different. It has to be unique. Somewhere it is also a reflection of your personality, which means you will have an opportunity to understand the personality of your classmates and how it reflects on their design. For example, if your faculty gives you a kitchen design and you come from a background where Western cooking happens most, you would end up designing something like a modern modular kitchen. Your friend comes from a background which is a joint family system. If you look at his kitchen design, it would be very large because he is going to accommodate for 2-3 women to sit and cut vegetables and talk and spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So what happens is, in this process, as your outlook of the world will get widened greatly. And over a period of time, it will change your personality for good because you will start empathizing with people, you will start understanding people. In that sense, you have taken a wonderful field. Now, as a field, architecture has a lot of fun things also. I don't know how things are going to happen after this, but before this, architecture would involve a lot of traveling. You could travel a lot, you could make a lot of friends. Probably this phase will also go and you would also have a chance to do all these things. Also, in these 5 years, the course is in such a way that you would know what your interests are and probably even diversify. I have seen architects who have become very eminent photographers, cinematographers, art directors, probably even directors. So you could graphic designers. So you could probably diversify into this after 5 years, because especially in SRM, you have a lot of influence of, you have MDes also, you have interior design also. So your exposure here will be more because you have specializations which are allied fields also. Now, for the PG students, I welcome all the PG students. My one small piece of advice to you would be, now you are doing PG at the bestest and aptest time according to me. We know in these difficult times, the field is not very great, and therefore doing PG will be optimizing your time and doing the best. Having done that commitment of doing your PG, I would suggest you all are already architects. Your USP will lie in the research component you would bring in every aspect of your study, whether it is your theory course or your design course. Unless you do that, it would only end up becoming an extension of your BR program, and that is something neither you nor your faculty want, because you're doing masters with a specialization. The focus has to be there. So please try to bring in a research component into anything that you do. The world today is very small. You have everything on the click of button. Journal papers are available. You have the latest, what is happening in the field is at the click of your button. So get into that, and then you can see how different a PG course can become. So PhD scholars, of course, you have to be really ready, because it's getting very competitive in the world outside. Everybody has access to knowledge and information, and every day things are changing. So you really have to, be very far-sighted when you do your PhD. So this is all I have to offer, because there is a limited time. I mean, I think my friends here and Geeta knows, if you give me the mic, I can go on and on, but today it is not possible. So all the very best. My heartiest congratulations to the parents as well as students. Do very well. It's a fantastic field. Anybody who comes to me, I would say, please take architecture. If nothing else, you'll become a better person. That is what I say. So wish you all the best. When you come out 5 years later, India is definitely going to be developing at a very fast pace, and it will be a very apt time for you to graduate as architect. So all the very best. And thank you for having me here. Thank you, Professor Geeta. Thank you, Dean sir. Thank you everybody for having me here today. I really enjoyed being here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing all that we had on architecture and how it is going to be. And definitely we are always a better person after the course. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon Professor C. Pradeepa, Research Coordinator, SAID SRM IST, to introduce our guest of honor.
Good evening, one and all present here. I, Professor Pradeepa, Research Coordinator, happy and honored to welcome our guest of honor, Architect Satyanarayanan. Architect Satyanarayanan is an environmental planner and public policy analyst based in Berkeley, California. He is the founder of Director of Earth Studio, an environmental design consultancy that works on the emerging intersection between design, environment, and public policy. His primary training in architecture and urban planning is complemented by the multidisciplinary Master of Science in Environmental Management from the School of Design and Environment, National University of Singapore, and an advanced degree in Public Policy Analysis from the Goldman School of Public Policy, University of California, Berkeley. He has over 15 years of experience in architectural design and pedagogy, urban heritage conservation, biodiversity conservation, and research in urban studies. He was earlier a research associate at the Center for Sustainable Asian Cities, National University of Singapore, focusing on benchmarking studies and the role of energy transport in urban planning. He has also taught design and planning courses at leading universities in India, Singapore, and United States of America. He is driven to create social impact by building practical solutions and evidence-based initiatives to address chronic challenges for communities across the planet, and his current research pursuits revolve around the wide-ranging ramifications of resilience, climate actions, and sustainability and development issues with specific reference to India. Now we request our guest of honor, Architect Satyanarayanan, to address the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. It must be strange to hear good morning because it's still 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning here in California. First of all, let me thank Professor Geeta Ramesh and Dean P. Satish Kumar for having me. And thank you, Pradeepa, for that glorious introduction. But I think what is missing in that is the fact that I started my career as a young lecturer about 16 years ago at the very same school, SRM School of Interior Design and Architecture. So it gives me great pleasure to come back. So it's a homecoming, it's a family gathering for me. So first of all, thank you for having me. Now, for all the young minds who are sitting there and gazing at the screen, these are tough times, but you are in very good hands. So do not worry about anything. I will not take too much of your time. I will only talk about 3 things. My wife always tells me don't talk more than 3 things wherever you go. So the first thing is I'm going to talk to you about the people and the planet, because whatever we do, it's for these two. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about the nature of work that you will see and the future of work that you're going to see. And finally, I'm going to go back in time and reminisce my times in Kathmandu. So without further ado, the first part. Now we all know that these are strange times. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi already mentioned that this is the best time. There is a crisis, there is an opportunity, there is a global pandemic, there is a lockdown, there is work from home, whatever. But in every crisis, there is an opportunity. And the people who are at the forefront of these opportunities are usually the creative minds. And as architects, we are the master creators. The word architect comes from Latin, which means architecton, or master builder. If you take our Indian versions, the word sthapati is someone who creates, someone who builds, someone who crafts. So this is the best opportunity for creative people. But I also think of myself when I was in your position. The first day of architecture, everything seemed new to me. I didn't know what a sketchbook was. I didn't know what 2B pencils and 4B pencils were, leave alone what a pencil was. And all kinds of new terms were introduced to me. You will also feel the same thing, but do not worry about all that, because this is going to be the start of a beautiful journey for all of you, where you're going to make the best friends of your lives. Incidentally, I also met my wife in college, so through this period. But beyond that, you will meet some of the most influential people who will shape your minds and your destinies and your future. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and be open-minded about things, right? Now, I always try to talk about the people and the planet because whatever we do, there is a social component and there is an environmental component. Today's world is very different from the world we passed out from. When I was a student of architecture, as it was pointed out earlier, I joined in '96, and the biggest issue the world faced at that time was the Y2K problem. Everybody was focused on the millennium. All my friends in engineering got into planes and came to the US. Of course, I'm also in the US, but they came 20 years before me. And everybody was focused on those problems. Nobody knew what architecture was. But after 20 years, I have the pride, I'm saying pride, to say that their careers have seen a rise and a fall. Whereas we architects are still in business and still in the right part of the business, right? We determine what's going to happen to the world. At this point, I want to talk to you about some names and some figures and some kind of personalities. You know, when I first got interested in buildings, these were the big temples of India, the cathedrals and all of those buildings. Then I wondered, you know, these buildings don't have names of architects associated with them. Then why should I be an architect? Then I did some more research, and then I found out some of the biggest businessmen of India, Anand Mahindra, Ratan Tata, and around my time, a certain architect called Aishwarya Rai. These were the people who were kind of in the news. And I also realized they were all trained in architecture, but they were not doing architecture. They were doing all kinds of other things. So I said, let's get into this course and see what happens. Then once you get into the course, the first year is crazy. I mean, you have sheets thrown at you and you don't know what you're doing. Then you know what we used to do, all the friends, we used to get together and go to the library and look at all the names of architects. Frank Lloyd Wright, Louis Sullivan. You will hear all these names, all the old men of the profession. Interesting thing is, none of them studied architecture, but they are the ones we celebrate. So it was a kind of a confusing time, the first few years in architecture, where the people you adulate who studied architecture were doing other things, and the people you study about didn't study architecture. So what were you doing here? But now I'm convinced that I did the right thing, right? There were a lot of interesting things. Like there was something called a village survey. I mean, why would they take me to a village? Here I am, I want to design buildings. But I'll tell you, that changed my entire approach to life. Because seeing a village, living in a village for 7 days, measuring things, completely transforms you. So anyways, going along that line of thought, we reached a point where you believe in the power of design. You think you can change the world one building at a time. And this is more relevant today because today's architects, remember I told you about the temples, you don't know who the architects are. But today you know the architects, you don't know the buildings. We have what are called the star architects, right? Everybody knows who Ramkulas is or OMA is or Old Sharif. In fact, there is even an office called BIG, where it's just the name of the architect, the archangels. So today, everybody thinks they can change the world with design. But let me remind you, design is only powerful to a certain level. You also have to consider the people and the planet, because climate change is the big elephant in the room. We are all not talking about it. The pandemic has shown that a small little, you know, there was an expression when we were in school, which says that if America sneezes, the world catches a cold. Today, nobody wants to sneeze and nobody wants to catch a cold, right? So you got to be very, very aware of what's happening in the world. And resources are dwindling. We are over 8 billion people. We are predominantly urban civilization. There are wars already being fought for water. Food is next in line. We may not even have other resources that we're talking about. So you are living in a very, very critical phase, and especially for India, because we are behind the curve in certain things. We are not yet as urban as the rest of the world. We are a young population. We are still consuming a lot of resources. We are losing a lot of our biodiversity. I mean, you can just look around you and you can give examples. So be aware of whatever you do with respect to the people and the planet. And the last bit that I want to talk about is my time in Katagulutur. Like I told you, I was a new faculty. I started in 2004. And in fact, it was one of these programs that I started my career with, talking to a group of young students. They were a mixed bunch like you. Some of them were from the north, some were from the districts, some could speak English, some could not speak English, some knew what architecture was, some knew nothing about architecture. But shaping up their lives helped shape my life too. So I would like to kind of close this with one little story. When I came to California after many years, you know who greeted me? One of my students from the first batch that I taught at SRM. A student called Vidhu Shekhar. Some of you may know, some of the faculty may know him. He finished his architecture from SRM and he has traveled the world and now he lives in California. So He is here, he is my family now. The reason why I mention this to you is that is the strength of that campus that you're coming to. Katangulathur has always had this strong entrepreneurial energy. This is not now, I'm talking about the early 2000s. The campus that you see now is a product of a lot of hard work. But back in 2002-3, there were not even new buildings. We moved into a campus which was just getting built. You know, many of them, people in the US would comment that if you pass by on the train, when you pass Poteri, it looks like a New York is rising out of the empty land there, which is true. Because if you see the buildings now, you won't believe your eyes. I mean, people like Anup and Narayani and all of them can vouch to the fact that this was a completely different campus. But the power of this campus is the networks that it lets you build. It was the first campus to introduce credit-based learning. It was the first campus to introduce German and Japanese as languages. So I would encourage all of you to look out for the opportunities that are available to you. And finally, to all the students, be scared, because when you're scared, you're doing the right thing. If you're relaxed and chilled, then you're probably not even participating in life, because life is scary. And it's only in those beautiful moments when you're scared that you do the best work of your lives. And to all my friends who are joining the master's programs, best time to be in a master's program, because there is no end to learning. You just have to keep learning, like all of us. So good work. And the PhD scholars, let's make a new world together. Let's make a new India together. With that, I wish all of you all the very best. And I hope our paths cross sometime in person. And I would love to be amongst you. Thank you very much.
I take the privilege of inviting Dr. Harimohan Pillai. I think it's a blessings again to invite him. So it's a great opportunity for me again to invite Dr. Harimohan Pillai. Of course, he is a guru for many architects here, one of the very ethical and dynamic person. I know him at least past 20 years. And he was also a faculty of JJ College of Architecture. And later, he was heading Kuttipuram College. He did his PhD from IIT Kharagpur. After he completed PhD, he said, thanks to teaching, and he wants to do only advisory and visiting and guest and do a lot of critical thinking in terms of architecture. And this is one of the most required one, what is expected and required today. And he's one of a very fantastic person and brilliant in design principles. Being a very principled person, even his design concept is very extraordinary. And in fact, we have really got enlightened. In fact, we said that word enlightened to see his basic design workshops and the understanding, the ideology, the creative mind, the speed he delivers on things, the way he brings out certain things in a very different way, a very short form. There's something very fantastic. I really don't know whether or no we will be having such good time to spend more time with any other people, but still we all pray to have more of better times in the near future, to have his lecture sessions, workshops, classes and whatever. And it's a great privilege for all of us to have Dr. Harimohan Pillai here. It's a great opportunity. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Satish. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Let me begin with where architect Satyanarayana left. The fact is that all of us are scared. That's why we are sitting at our home and talking virtually to each other. Already we are scared, and we are scared to get into the real world. If we were not scared, I'm sure I would be sitting on a dais along with architect Satyanarayana and you, Dr. Satish, in the campus of SRM, which I have visited earlier also, and talking to the students in the real world, and of course all the teachers. Now, this is a new paradigm in our life. I'm sure all of you will agree. This is a big change, moment of change in our life, that we are sitting like this inside our home and trying the real world called architecture. We are supposed to be training children into the real world of architecture, but unfortunately we are sitting in a virtual world. This means that we need to innovate ourselves. This is a call to all of us teachers to innovate ourselves, not only teachers, but architects also, to innovate ourselves, to decide how we will train about the real world in the virtual world to the students who are also right now sitting in the virtual world. Now, this is a real challenge. I remember all those workshops that I have done in the real world on basic design. Today, I'm really struggling to figure out how to do the same workshops using the virtual world in the real world. Now, I may sound pretty confusing to so many of you, but this is going to be the future for quite some time to come, at least for 1 or 2 years to come. So this is the time when we all have to innovate. There is no difference between senior, junior here now. For the sake of innovation, we have to figure out how we are going to train the children in the real world using the virtual world. That is one thing. Second thing is, I do not want to be discouraging to all the children. Don't be scared. I would say don't be scared, because virtual world has got its own qualities or positive aspects which we are yet to explore. How to use the virtual world so that we can manipulate the real world. I'm using the word manipulate here. Through design, we have to learn to manipulate the real world to suit ourselves by using the virtual world. See, this virtual world never existed when I was a student way back in 1970s. All we had was pieces of paper and something called pencil. And those who could afford to buy a rotary pen had a rotary pen. I did not have a rotary pen for the first 3 years because it was too expensive. You see, we always did drawings only using pencil or something called a dip pen called Croquil in my first year. You see, so that was real world for us, and we became architects working in the real world using real tools and equipments. But in my final year, introduction to computer programming language called Fortran, or known as formula translation, was introduced as a elective subject for all engineering students, including architects. If you wanted to take, you can take. That was the state of introduction of computers those days. Because some of us got trained, we did not have much difficulty to get into the digital world, which followed later. Most of you, almost all of you faculty members are born. We used to have this statement in olden days, are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but all of you are born with a mobile phone in your hand. All the present generation teachers and even the children are born with a mobile phone. That's the first thing which they get in their hand before even the spoon to eat their food, you see. So all of you are used to the virtual world. So it should not be very difficult to learn to manage the virtual world, to learn something about the real world. At the same time, this is also a fact that we are sitting inside a real world. Our home is the most important real world that we have. So probably the first lessons of learning architecture should start from learning to understand your own home itself. Probably this could be the first assignment to be taken up by all virtual first year students to document their own home. Draw up the entire home and try and understand every aspect of building design and construction by simply looking at the 4 walls of your home, the roof, and all the services which are built into your home. So from when time comes and when you are able to get out of your home, when the lockdown ends or when we are able to slowly move out, you can see the real world outside and step by step learn to document and learn about the real world. I think that's the only way forward in today's situation. I don't know what more to add, but trust me, especially the young students, you are I think the first generation which will bring about the change as far as learning is concerned and as far as practice of architecture is concerned, because you will be the first batch of students who would start their journey through the virtual world into the real world. It has never happened till now. So, and it is going to be a real challenge for all teachers to train you to become an architect. I'm sure you can proudly call yourself after 5 years the first batch of virtual architects who happen to become architects because of this pandemic situation. I think you should take it as a wonderful opportunity. This particular situation in our society, not just here, all over the world, where people are trying to figure out how to conduct education apart from conducting all other essential activities of our life. Education being the most important activity of our life, because that is what determines what you will do in future, the path the society will take towards development. I thank all of you, especially the Dean, Director, all of you for having given me this opportunity to be with you virtually today and share my thoughts. I wish all the incoming students all the best, and all the faculty members. You have to gear up yourself, charge your mobile phones day and night, and start working so that you can train the children who are joining your institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that wonderful talk on innovation and how we should equip ourselves for the future world. Now I request Professor Saravana Raja, coordinator for MDES program, to screen the visual presentation of student life.
Thank you, Professor Narayani. Good evening, one and all. It's a great pleasure to meet everyone at this special occasion for a new beginning. I am Professor Saravana Raja, Faculty of Design and MDES coordinator for Master of Design and Public Space Design 2 years program. So, and here is at this occasion, I would like to present the glimpses of student life at School of Architecture and Interior Design in a short visual presentation. Dear all, relax and please enjoy the visuals. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A special mention to Professor Suraj Dwivedi, who was behind the creation of this video image. Thank you. Now, I request Professor Suraj to introduce our alumni guest for the day. Suraj?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, if you can be a bit louder.
Yes. So, hi everyone, this is Architect Sumit Dwivedi. I am visiting faculty of School of Architecture, Interior Design, SRM. And it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to architect Vinu Subraja. Vinu Subraja is a fashion designer driven by sharp eye and acumen fueled by high passion towards the fashion industry. She graduated fashion at a premium fashion French fashion school IFA Paris in Shanghai, China, with 3 years of intense training from French fashion couture professionals. Her graduation collection, Patang, walked the ramp in Shanghai Fashion Week, October 2014. She won the prestigious Golden Laureate Award from IFA Paris. She was the finalist in the China International Fashion Designers Creation Contest 2014 and won an International Designer Award in the contest. Her work was greatly appreciated by Chinese media, including Vogue China. Her collections, W and Kaleidoscope, were critically acclaimed in the United States of America and were published in Detroit Free Press and showcased in NBC Channel 4. She presented her collection, Buoyancy, at the 10th anniversary of Brooklyn Fashion Week 2016. The collection was received with a standing ovation. She presented her collection, Rise, at New York Fashion Week 2018. She graduated in fashion marketing at S-Mod Dubai in 2019. She has won the first place in sustainable fashion runway competition conducted by Fashion Revolution and got an opportunity to intern with Dolce & Gabbana, Dubai. Vinu Subraja, from being a couture designer, has made a conscious decision and changed the path to become a sustainable fashion designer and has launched a premium online sustainable and ethical fashion brand based in UAE. I warmly welcome architect Vinu Subraja.
Hello guys, hi beautiful minds. Wonderful talking to you all today. You might be wondering what a fashion designer is doing in this arena. I am an architect turned fashion designer, and what they didn't tell you is that I am an alumni of SRM. And what I want to tell you all is that I come from a very small town called Bandavasi, and I did my schooling in Arasinar Angal Melnilai Palli. Only one section was English medium, and that had girls in it. And today I would like to talk to mainly, I will take this opportunity to talk to people who are joining the college from a rural background, who have a lot of self-doubts, who think they don't know the language, who have a low on self-esteem or whatever. I would love to say that, just erase everything, because people were talking about how this course will transform you. And I am a living example of how SRM will transform you. It's going to be like a testimonial, just listen to my story. When I first moved to Chennai to study architecture, that's when I came to Chennai. Chennai scared me. We were all talking about getting scared. Chennai literally scared me. The students around me, their English, their vocabulary, and their clothes and their exposure, everything scared me. I was living in a hostel and I was really scared. When a teacher asks you some question, I used to hide myself behind the head of the person sitting in front of me just because I will not be able to answer in English. That kind of a person I was. But after 5 years, when I graduated out of SRM, I was brimming with confidence, to the level of becoming a radio jockey and a television host who was hosting live shows. I was someone who was shying away from talking to 2-3 people together, but that is the transformation SRM got me in. And not just SRM, there are two life instances where I was really scared. First thing was when I first came to Chennai to study architecture. And the second thing was when I moved to China to do fashion, because I was in my 30s. I was 30-year-old then, and all my classmates in China were all, just passed out of school, and they all have aspired to become fashion designers. They all have planned to become fashion designers in their life. But me, I joined fashion out of no other choice, because I moved to China. What do I do in media without knowing the language in which I had a strong career on? So I joined fashion, and then all the students already knew the brands. Come on, yeah, I am from Bandavasi. How many brands do you think I will know? I knew nothing. And they were so good in sketching fashion figurines. Okay, I do sketch because of my architecture background, but all those are like, straight lines, because the building involves mostly perspective and straight lines. But people were sketching human beings in different postures, which I totally didn't know. I was really scared when I was 30, and I was really scared when I was, in my teens as well, when I entered these two colleges. But I would like to tell you a few things which helped me to come out of these things, because I think that will be really useful for you. It's just life lesson that I learned, which I would want to share. And yeah, of course, when I came out of my fashion school, my graduation collection won 2 international awards. That was the transformation there. What helped me was 3 things. First thing is a technique that I call as Saranagati technique. First, you understand and accept that you don't know things. If you don't know things, there is nothing wrong. Not everyone can know anything, everything. It's okay to not know things. So just accept that you don't know things and seek help. Go ask your teachers. Your teachers are there to help you. That is what exactly I did. I went to my teachers and I told them, I don't know anything. Please help me. So please seek help. Ask your friends, ask your teachers. It's okay not to know things. You can always learn. And the second thing is, I read a book called Outlier, which had a thumb rule in it. Any skill in this world, anything, if you spend 10,000 hours on it, you're an expert. Anything, even rocket science. So people say rocket science is the toughest thing to learn. Even that, if you spend 10,000 hours, you can learn. So you have all the 5 years to learn things. So if you don't know something, please start spending your first 1 hour right now, as soon as you join the college, as soon as your class begins. There is nothing wrong in learning new things. There is nothing wrong in trying new things. And the third thing, the most important thing is, in the process of learning stuff, you will make bad work, okay? Don't shy away. You cannot create masterpieces right in the beginning. Your work will be bad, it will be ugly, you may not be sketching well, all your classmates may be super in sketching watercolors, you may not even have, took a brush in your life before. It's okay. Don't shy away from doing bad work. Remember when we were born, we didn't know to speak, right? We didn't know to speak, and then now we are speaking. In between, we blabbered a lot and then learned to speak. When we all blabbered, people around you laughed at you when you were a child, but still now you are speaking, right? So don't hesitate or don't shy away from doing bad work. It's okay to do bad work, but what matters in the end is that you worked. That is what it matters. So never shy away, spend your time on whatever you don't know and accept that you don't know and seek help. These are the 3 things, the life lessons that till date I follow, and it really worked. And now I want to finish by saying this to everyone, not just the students from rural background, or not just for the students who are feeling dull and low, or with self-doubts and all. This is for everyone. What I would say is, don't just practice architecture, practice integrity, practice ethics, practice values, because if nothing helps you in your life, these values and virtues will take you a long way. Help each other, be inclusive, practice equality, help each other, grow together as a very nice student community, because the whole feeling of community is very important. Though now we are sitting inside 4 walls, now we realize the power of community. Now we know the need for being social and being together as a community. So please grow together as a student community, hold your hands and then rise up each other, become each other's cheerleader, help your friends. And as everybody said, people will be from different backgrounds. So just embrace everything and then grow together. And I wish you all that you graduate out of SRM, not just as good architects, but also as great human beings. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Vino, for that bubbly speech as always. Thank you so much. Now I request Professor Suseta, your coordinator, BDES, first year, to introduce our next special invitee.
Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all. I'm Professor Suseta, first BDES year coordinator. I find immense pleasure in introduce our special invitee. Dr. Poovamal is the professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, an associate director, campus life at SRM, Institute of Science and Technology. She joined SRM in the year 1996. Dr. Poovamal obtained her PhD degree in computer science and engineering in 2011. Her research interests include data mining, big data analytics, and machine learning. She is certified as adjunct faculty by Institute of Software Research. Carnegie Mellon University, Pittsburgh, USA. She has published more than 60 articles in refereed journals and presented various international and national conferences. She has filed 6 patents which were published. She is the recipient of Best Academic Dean Award by Association of Scientists, Developers and Faculties 2015 and recipient of Women Engineer Award by IET CLN 2013. Now I call upon our special invitee, Professor Puamal, to address the gathering.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Suchita, for wonderful words. And good evening to everyone. It is my immense pleasure to be here in this great evening with you all. The eligibility of me being here is that I'm having, I'm the mother of an architecture student who is in final year. Okay. Anyway, as she mentioned, I am here in that SRM University for more than 2 decades. Maybe that is another eligibility of being here. And really, thanks to Vino, it was very nice speech. Of course, whatever points I gathered to talk, everything was covered by Vino. So sorry, but anyway, being here invited by the administration of SRM and the School of Architecture, I'm here to tell you 2 or 3 points which I wanted to tell as a parent. Okay, so the first point is architecture is the field that requires you to be both creative and logical. So innovative mind coupled with the technical knowledge can do wonders. As she was telling, you are here to create wonderful such a world. And second point, this course, that the architecture course, requires a lot of effort and hard work. But as Confucius says, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. So considering that all of you have chosen this architecture course out of your interest, you will definitely enjoy this course of study, definitely in SRM. It will give you a wonderful environment to study, as Vino said. So experiencing that and telling that it is really a good point from Vino. And being in this university for more than 20 years, I also love, I know the people who have transformed from, who are joining in the entrance and when they are going out with a really good courage, and they are really transformed to your level. And even I will say as a faculty also, I feel that when I was entering in 96, I had my own inhibitions and all. Now raising to this level is only because of that environment which is given by SRM. And the last point, maybe the third and last point, this course, the B Architecture course, doesn't just prepare you to become an architect alone. It exposes you to a whole new creative world and lets you explore many new innovative things and ideas. So make use of it and come out with flying colors. And of course, the last point was given by my daughter. She wanted to do design. So she was telling that it is like, yeah, as experience by experience also, everyone tells that it is really, this course makes the people to think a lot, but it is very, very tough. But definitely you all came out with such an inspiration to all do well. All the best. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for being here with us today. Now I request Professor Nirupama, first year faculty, to introduce our next special invitee.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Nirupama.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Nirupama, visiting faculty at School of Architecture and Interior Design, SRM. I'm honored to introduce our next special invitee, Ms. Revati Balakrishnan, Assistant Director, Department of Student Affairs at SRM Amaravati campus. Ms. Revati Balakrishnan has been in the field of tertiary education for more than a decade now. She holds MCOM and MBA degrees. As an educator, her aim has been to tap into the latent potential of students to make them realize their vast capabilities. Interacting with students is what most energizes and enthuses her, for that is where she is most grounded to envision her contribution to the education and growth. Now, I welcome Ms. Revati Balakrishnan to address the gathering.
Thank you so much, Nirupama. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Before I start giving my words, what I have for the day, Vino, you have one more person who admires your speech, your enthusiasm, your vibrance. It is too good. So one more fan of yours. Thank you. And as Pomal ma'am already said, yes, SRM IST does wonders to every individual. Now coming to the task which has been given to me, good evening everyone. It gives me immense pleasure and joy in welcoming the incoming batch of BArch students at SRM IST. The last few months have been challenging for everyone in general and the academic community in particular. But we have all persevered as we kept our spirits high in reimagining our possibilities and making meaning in our endeavors. All you young students too, I'm sure, have rethought your dreams and your vision for your future. The fact that we all are gathered here today to welcome you at SRM IST campus is a testament to the reality that good things, even great things are afoot for all you young, eager, bright minds. You all have chosen to study architecture. I commend you for your decision. The way I see it, yours is not just a career choice, but a commitment to envisaging transformation for the better. It is imagination, it is creation, it is refinement. Most of all, it is engendering dwelling spaces that balance aesthetics and utility. Would I be too off the mark if I say you've chosen to be in the business of making magic for others? No, I don't think so. Because magic in its truest sense brings us surprise and fills us with joy. Unbridled, unalloyed, unsullied joy. It's wonderment. And I hope that as you take your first step into this new phase of your life, the joy and wonder will be your forever alive. Here at SRM IST campus, you will learn from some of the best in your field. Your peers, as you look around, will be no less motivated than you. Here, your education will undoubtedly challenge you to think about new ideas and view old ideas in new light. You will also learn to look at the interwovenness of those ideas. And this, you will learn to give those ideas a form, a shape. So much for the intellectual adventure, isn't it? My fond hope, however, for each of you today is that over the course of coming days, you will discover that I have what I discovered during my time there, that you have entered a vibrant, challenging, diverse, warm and supportive community. Truth is an important thing in life. And as we thinking beings are always on the search for this elusive truth, Louis Kahn, the famous American architect, a pillar of modernist architecture, once said, architecture is the reaching out for the truth. How immense is that? Not reaching out for the truth, choosing to live in the dark. That is probably the most exhausting profession in the whole world. But your students here will have endured with several certain things which will in due course of time shape your philosophy in the search for that truth. How can this not be exciting? Trust me, I'm excited for all of you. And in my excitement, I will add this little thing, which I'm sure most of you have heard of, but I think it still merits repetition. This is from Balakrishna Doshi, the 2018 Pritzker Architecture Prize winner. Doshi, as is well known, trained under the two stalwarts in architecture, Le Corbusier and Louis Kahn. When asked in an interview as to what he learned from both his teachers, Doshi replied, Le Corbusier's buildings are an invitation to sing, and Kahn's are an invitation to meditate. I say this only to stress my point that there is room for an individual philosophy here. In fact, your individual philosophy is what is wanted here. Continuing on the Doshi train of thought, when asked if he had a guiding principle for his career in which he designed more than 100 buildings, Doshi replied, I'm concerned with how modernism and local traditions merge to make up my home, sun, rain. The drama of light and shadow, harmony with nature, sustainability. So with these thoughts to mull over, I welcome you all again to this bright new chapter of your lives. I wish you all intellectual advancements, new dreams, enriching conversations, life-affirming friendships, and above all, joy and wonder to carry you along. I'm sure Architecture Department of SRM IST is proud to have you. All the best, children. Thank you.
Thank you, Revati ma'am, for that insightful and very enriching talk. Now I request Professor Harish to introduce our next special invitee.
Yes, good evening. This is Architect Harish, and I've been working with SRM since March. And I'm very honored to invite Architect Senthilvel. So he has completed his bachelor's from Anna University School of Architecture and Planning by 80 to 85, and he has done his master's in MDes Visual Communication between 85 to 87. He's been a practicing architect for the past 33 years. And in the last 15 years, he was involved in pursuing his passion towards alternate, sustainable, and cost-effective building technologies, working with a broad set of clients ranging between economically backward to high-end clients. So challenges afforded him through designs of various institutional buildings, such as hospitals and schools for NGOs. With limited funds that he has seen him evolved him for using appropriate building technologies to maximize each worth of a rupee. So the stage is yours, sir. So,
thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Harish.
Thank you, sir.
Let me start by thanking for this opportunity which has been given to me, especially Dr. Satish. Thanks for inviting me to share my experiences and as a guest of honor. Let me start by saying that, Vino spoke about transformations, and that's something which happened to me too. 35 years, 40 years ago almost, when I joined architecture, I was an introvert completely. But then through the years, after a couple of years in architecture, the world started opening up. And, as the cliche goes, the butterfly starts emerging, in course of time from being a caterpillar. So we welcome you all, young students, young minds, to this wonderful journey that you've just embarked on. Each of you have created uniquely. That's a gift which God gave us when He created each and every one of us, and He has installed actually the ability to create. So we are co-creators with God. So in this context, please understand that each of you have unique skills which the other person doesn't have. You'll always get to see people, your classmates or your fellow workers, do something what you think is much better than what you are capable of doing. But in reality, you're probably also being looked upon by the others that he's so capable or she's so capable of doing whatever you're good at. So let your creativity flow and be different. That's what I would encourage each and every one of you, because of that uniqueness which you have in each of you, you can be quite different and think different. So be different. And, let me read out, you must have heard of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the person behind Apple Computing, Apple Computers, and he also introduced this concept of thinking different. And when he had to reinvent the personal computer, Apple was going on a downswing. And then in 2002, when he launched the new system, Mac OS, this is what he had to say. I'll just read out. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They are not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree. But the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. And in the context of changing the world, we should act as designers, architects and designers. We have the ability to be change agents in this world. What we decide can actually influence people who live or use the products we design. So in that context, I'm reminded of what Gandhi said, that be the change you want to be in this world. And let me close with this strong thought that, we should embark to be disruptive in our design thinking. Cause the disruption in society to make the change. And Gandhi, again, I quote, he says, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. So I invite you guys, congratulations for being here. Go and shake the world, rock on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that insightful speech. Now I request Professor Abhinaya to introduce our next special invite.
Good evening all. Myself Abhinaya, Assistant Professor from School of Architecture and Interior Design. I would like to introduce our special invite, Architect Raju Gomes. He is an editor and project manager with a master degree in construction management from UK and an excellent award in recognition of academic excellence from the university. Architect Raju Gomes is a practicing architect, has more than 13 years of professional experience and 7 years in the teaching field with an hands-on expertise working with some of the best international design institutes and architectural colleges. His love and passion for teaching has been recognized with the Best Faculty Award. His work approach involves emphasis on design fundamentals, lateral thinking concepts, and developing out-of-box solutions rather than run-of-the-mill kind of designs. His area of interest lies in high-end residential, banquet interiors, office space, and institutional buildings. He is also an avid traveler and traveled all over India and to US, UK, Germany, Dubai, Singapore, and Malaysia. Now I call upon our special invite, Architect Raju Gomes, to address the gathering.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here in the induction program at SRM University. I thank Dr. Satish Kumar sir for giving me this opportunity to be on this platform. Dear students, today is a very important day of your life as you embark your journey in the field of design. Design is all about creativity, thinking differently, and coming up with concepts, and most of all, enjoying what you do. I'm very sure that the next 4 to 5 years of your life would be one of the best phases of your life at SRM University. Albert Einstein had once said, creativity is intelligence having fun. And if you look around, there is creativity everywhere in everything we do, starting from our home first. I wish everyone all the very best. All the students, stay positive, stay creative, and stay motivated. All the very best, and see you at some of the sessions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Rajiv. Now I request Professor Kamalakanan to give a few words on student life.
Good evening, everyone. Kamalakanan on behalf of the student and staff, School of Architecture and Interior Design, and SRM IST Kattangalattur. SRM Kattangalattur is a huge campus, well planned with a lot of high-rise building, equally balanced with nature with respect to water bodies, a small hillock and landscape. There are at least 40,000 students at any given point of time under various disciplines, which includes medical, architecture, engineering, management, and hotel management. We have very good facilities in terms of infrastructure with very good library, which functions till 12 o'clock in the night. And then we have very good accommodation in the hostel for men and women. A separate NRI hostel is also there. In architecture department, We have well planned classrooms and studio areas. We have an exclusive library. We have the latest collection of titles and volumes. We have very good computer lab with modern gadgets and latest softwares. We have exclusive climatology lab, material museum, and a construction yard. The life in SRM is very vibrant, where it is a cross-section of the entire multiculture of India. The students are well exposed to not only to academics, but also to extracurricular and co-curricular activities. There are annual events which probably don't open to the entire student community in India. The students of School of Architecture, they participate in national event of NASA, zonal events of NASA. They participate in national conventions and symposium. And they also in return conduct various programs where it's an exclusive participation of architecture schools in southern part of India. Apart from that, we have a cordial relationship between the teachers and the students, which is well experienced in the way in which you would have seen in the visuals of the department. With such vibrancy in the campus and in the department, it is wide open for the young minds to explore and be innovative in their endeavors. With this, I welcome the young architects to the SRM IST for their journey towards becoming a full-fledged architect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now I request Professor Raja, who has been instrumental in training our students for the NATA exam prior to the induction program. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, my dear students and parents. It's a pleasure for me to actually, come to this. It's a day which I really wanted to actually be here and, cheer you up, because it is the dream which we wanted to do, when we actually started our orientation program. First day when I started motivating you, it is the day which we all wanted to see actually. This is the first introduction day. I wish you all the best who joined SRM. Because now it's, as I told you on the first day, as Vinu ma'am also said it very clearly, that it is architecture is going to shape you as a great human being. That's what architecture is going to do to you. And I always tell you about the butterflies, we are going to now actually start catching the butterflies, We are actually going to the dream world, and I'm sure all of you are actually going to enjoy this time with us. And as I told you all the time, maybe your partners and friends, now it's actually the bonding is going to be more realistic now. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. God bless you. God be with you in all you do in your future. We'll be always there to pat you up, and all the faculty will be there with you all the time, to see every one of you and pat you for the entire program. Thank you so much for trusting me to guide you in the entire program. I thank Dr. P. Satish Kumar sir, Dean sir, for encouraging me, motivating me in guiding you, and to all the faculties, Professor Aravind, Professor Kavita ma'am, Professor Anita ma'am, all the faculties for actually giving me a hand in shaping you up to this level. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Arvind, PG Coordinator, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all. A thank you is one of the best and beautiful aspects of the world. It's unseen, untouched, but profoundly felt in the heart. I consider it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries, students, parents today who made a memorable, successful event. Words are inadequate to express the gratitude. I, Professor Arvind, on behalf of the management, faculty, and students of School of Architecture and Interior Design, SRM-IST, would like to thank the Honorable Chief Guest, Architect Sapna, Vice President, Council of Architecture, without whose presence and inspiring words, our school program would have been incomplete. Now I'd like to thank profusely our respected Dean, Dr. P. Satish Kumar, for his evergreen motivation and continued support. I would like to thank our eminent guest of honors, Dr. Harimohan Pillai, Dr. Ayyar Vijayalakshmi Kasinath, Architect Satyanarayanan, for having graced us by their presence and all the words of wisdom that radiate a source of energy within us. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the special invitees, Dr. Puvamma, Ms. Revati Balakrishnan, Architect Rajiv Gomes, Architect Sendilvel, Architect Vinu Supraja, who has graced the occasion with their presence and galvanic speech on this auspicious occasion. Our heartfelt gratitude to all the parents who have taken time to grace today's occasion. Your trust and cooperation is a big motivator to uphold the dreams of your children. Now that is ours too. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for their keen interest and enthusiasm, wishing you a grand success of architectural learning in the coming years in one of the best universities. Finally, I thank Professor Narayani, Professor Esther, and the entire organizing team who made this event a grand success. I thank one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We would like to conclude the meeting here. Before that, there are a few announcements for the students. All students are required to join the university orientation programs, which are held on 18th and 19th from the morning, 9 a.m. I think the links will be shared already and it will be via mail through the university. The department orientation programs are scheduled from 21st of September, 11 a.m. and the details will be shared to you shortly by mail and via the WhatsApp groups that have been created, the official groups. Any other clarifications, kindly get in touch with us. Wishing you all the luck for joining us in this year and looking forward to meeting the entire fraternity. Thank you all, and thank you so much for the first year organizing team, without whom this entire event would have not been a success. Thank you.